Robots are basically used to do repetitive tasks. That's what they're good at. We use robots here primarily for machine tending, pick and place operations, sometimes for dispensing, sometimes for coatings, but palletizing, packaging goods, 100 different things. So if you look at the entire North American market, the car guys still use the most robots. So the manufacturer of cars, automobiles, uses the most industrial robots. Although just recently the general industry segment, which is everything but automotive, has made huge strides and they're about equal now. Yeah, so recent changes in the industry, the big deal has been cobots, collaborative robotics. So up until just a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, there were no such things as collaborative robots. Collaborative robots allow a human worker to be working side by side with an industrial robot, okay? Prior to that, robots were always inside of safety enclosures. That wasn't to keep the robot in the cage, that was to keep the person away from the robot. So the enclosure was to keep a human away from a hazardous area because the robots are big and powerful and fast, right? So the development of cobots allowed for force sensing technology so that if a robot bumped into a person, it would stop immediately. So yes, I will be retiring here in the end of May. So it's been a really fun journey, right? And I started out working with these things when they were still hydraulic, for God's sakes, and very slow. When we would get a robot out of a crate, and I'm not exaggerating, we would always, before we threw the switch on the robot, we would always go get a fire extinguisher and set it on the floor next to the robot. And the first time I saw that, I said, "What's that for?" He goes, "Sometimes they catch on fire." And the guy was serious. My mentor was serious because he almost burnt down his factory when one started catching on fire. So the reliability wasn't quite what it needed to be then. So I've seen the industry go from hydraulics to electric robots, the processing speeds, the accuracy, repeatability, reliability. Everything has just gotten better and better and better. All the sensors that you can now attach to the robot, vision, force sensing, the cobotic thing. That's showing up. Changing the whole industry. It's been, to me, it's been a ton of fun because things change so often. And it's still not stagnant. There's still a lot of developments. Now there's a lot of mobile robots that are starting to hit the street, autonomous mobile robots. There's just going to be, this technology will continue to grow and be used in factories